What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Magic and Andrew MMA betting show. We've got episode 72, UFC 75. Jared Cannonier taking on Angry Marvin Vettori in the middleweight main event. But before that, going to start from the top of the bottom of the card. Best fight odds order: Zach Pauga taking on Modestas Bukowskis. Bukowskis minus 200. What do you got here?
Yeah. First of all, I haven't bet anything yet. I haven't tracked anything yet. Even before 40 people ask me panicking or something if I miss them. I'll do it right after we are finished. Is this real? Dana just announced Umar versus Corey?
I don't know. I would imagine so. Yeah, guys, get that like button up. I wanted 50 likes before we started the show. You guys got like 32 or whatever.
That's a pretty good fight.
That's all we ask. Yeah, it's a good fight.
Umar loses that fight. You heard it here first.
Yeah, you have been saying that.
He gets submitted.
Korean Zombie versus Holloway.
Yeah, I knew that fight was going to happen, but I couldn't tell. But I knew that was happening. Zombie versus Holloway for a while.
Gun versus Spivak is an interesting one.
Gun versus Spivak. I have no other option but to lose money on Spivak here.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
Polar Bear.
Yeah, what's the first fight? Bukowskis versus Power, right?
Yeah. For this card. Yep.
Yeah, this fight doesn't interest me. I was looking at the prices and I favor Bukowskis if I have to pick up a side, but this price is kind of shit. He's not as much of a finisher. I would like for a light heavyweight to take him at this price. Power, when he's not dying, he's kind of tricky. Moves, has some speed for the weight. He's not a bad fighter. Yeah, it's a pass for me. I would look to play Bukowskis inside plus 240 or something like that. If he was just a little bit more aggressive, he ends up getting finishes over bad people because he's simply better, but he doesn't really pursue it. I think he's going to win, but yeah, this is a pass.
Yeah, I'm completely passing this fight as well. I'm picking Bukowskis. I think he's just a little bit better than Pauga, but he's not. He doesn't do anything that makes me want to lay this kind of chalk on him. Pauga fought at heavyweight on Tough and coming down to 205, which I think is a better weight class for him. So interested to see how he looks. But yeah, I'm picking Bukowskis for pick's sake. Shows fire every week. It's gonna keep being fire every week. So like it up. Keep tuning in. Next up, Dan Argueta versus Ronnie Lawrence. Do you have a strong opinion here?
I was thinking about this fight right before. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be either a tricky fight or Lawrence hindsight so clear, and then everybody's going to act like it's obvious. You know what I mean? Argueta is a good wrestler, and at 135, at 145, I knew he would struggle. I bet against him last fight. That's not his size or his weight, but Argueta is a good fighter. He can grapple. He goes for it. He throws. I think Lawrence not probably. He has better gas. He's the bigger guy. Probably a bit better on the feet too, but it's really Lawrence going to separate himself that much here over 3 rounds to pay that price? I don't know. I feel if Lawrence wins, it's going to be like very convincing, but if it's not very convincing, you don't want to be laying minus 180 or whatever it is, or minus 195 now. I'm probably passing. I looked at Lawrence inside, but it's not the big number I would want for against a good guy and by not a great finisher. Lawrence by knockout, what's the line? Lawrence by knockout plus 450. That's not horrible, but yeah, this is probably going to be a pass. I'm a passor now. I don't see value the passor.
Yeah, I'm passing this fight as well. Lawrence it's a tricky one for me because Lawrence and Argueta both wrestlers first. Lawrence very good gas tank, doesn't have good top control, which is the biggest concern for me. I think the Kakamana performance was very underwhelming. Like, it's no shame in losing that fight, but it's just the way it happened. Like, he got absolutely ragdolled in the grappling.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to win that fight.
I bet Lawrence huge in that fight.
But yeah, I liked him as well, and it was just an eye-opening performance for me. And I'm typically not the type to overreact to one fight, but I think that was pretty eye-opening, and I don't think he'll be able to ragdoll Argueta. So if I had to bet this fight, I would probably take dog money on Argueta. I just don't think he's gonna take Argueta down and hold him there, because people just tend to get up. Like, he has good pace, he shoots a lot of takedowns, which typically are things I look for in betting a fighter. But there's something about Lawrence that I got really put off by that last performance. So
When he was coming out of contenders, I think he fought Jose Johnson, right?
yeah,
I
easiest
remember.
takedowns ever.
I remember thinking he was bad, Lawrence, and then I
Mhm.
saw him against this guy that Jamal Emmers pasted, and I was like, "Oh, Ronnie Lawrence is the next big thing,"
Yeah,
and it was probably not one or not the other, in between. And then Kak Ramonov, I mean, he was obviously a guy with potential, but I feel like he underperformed against Trevin Giles. He went life and death in that fight. Although he won, he went legit life and death with him. And then he overperformed against Lawrence. I feel that was incredible. But yeah,
yeah, I agree. Yep. Next up, Gabriela Fernandez taking on Teresa Bleda. A lot of, see, not a lot, but money's come in on Gabriela Fernandez. I kind of think Bleda should be a pretty comfortable favorite here. People overreacting to the Natalia Silva fight, but Natalia Silva, good prospect. I tend to think Bleda gets takedowns in top time here. I was on Jasmine just due to Vicious, good size as the underdog against her. It kind of seems like it's been figured out at this
the
point.
legend, Yasuda Vicious.
Yeah, I heard you say that as well. I was like, wait, what? Trevin Jones. But yeah, I'm picking Blade here.
Trevin
I
guys,
think we get
close
takedowns
fight.
top time.
Trevin guys versus Sadyukov, close fight.
Close fight,
I
yeah.
will take Cody Garbrandt over Trevin guys.
Yeah, I'm taking Blade in this one. I do think she's young and green and has some room to improve. Whereas Fernandez, I just don't see her strengthening up that takedown defense in time for this fight. So yeah, my pick's Blade. What do you got?
Yeah, I get the why people are betting the Brazilian chick Fernandez. I did it before Yasuda Vicious. I don't remember if I bet it or not. If I did bet it, it was this girl to finish. I think I ended up passing. I'm not sure. Maybe I bet her. It's like Bleda is a complete mess on the feet and she gets tired. So if this gets extended like 10 minutes, this chick has some hands and she has a good body kick from the southpaw stance. She has more than enough to win the stand up late and to put it on her. But Bleda should really find no issues getting takedowns here, I feel. If she doesn't get them, she's going to get fucked up. But I think she gets on top and she's good on top. Like, she's a good prospect. If she manages to like develop that gas tank a little bit and get a little bit better, not even become a good striker, but become more functional to implement her grappling, this is a good prospect in my opinion. So yeah, I think Bleda is going to win most likely by finish. But I wouldn't be shocked if she like blows the tank and then gets a stop late or something.
Next up, Carlos Hernandez versus Dennis Bondar. I think Bondar's a guy you've been relatively high on in the past. Is that right?
Yeah, I bet this guy against the worst fighter in the universe, Malcolm Gordon, and he broke a fucking arm. I mean, credit to Malcolm Gordon. He did that with an armbar or whatever that was, but yeah. That fucking sucked. That was like the easiest money ever. And then people that bet Gordon acted like he was the best, the bet of the century. You know what I mean? Because he had an armbar attempt. That's all that happened in the fight. But yeah, I think he's pretty good. Yeah, smash Bondar. Yeah, that was a smashing. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Bondar almost died. Come on, man. It was 2 minutes. That's all he has. I think Bondar is. I mean, he's getting money, and I understand why. Hernandez is kind of underwhelming. He's like, okay, everywhere, has some good grappling, but Bondar, I feel like it's a little bit better everywhere. He's aggressive. I will probably end up playing some sort of Bondar props. He has 100% finishing rating wins, and his inside the distance is probably a stupid number in relation to his money line. So yeah, why not?
Yeah, I had a hard time reading this fight. Bondar obviously had that quick loss, if you want to call it. Yeah, you can call it a loss, whatever, to Malcolm Gordon. Other than that, and he hasn't really fought anyone. Hernandez is kind of like okay everywhere, pretty physically underwhelming. he's going to put up decent volume, but I do think Bondar probably has top time upside, which is why I would cap him the favorite. But again, like I said, it's a very hard fight for me to read, given the fact that Bondar has had such a quick fight in the UFC and hasn't really fought anyone outside of that. So I'm picking Bondar, but very unconfidently. Next up, Kang Kyung Ho. I thought it was Kung Ho Kang. I think Best Fight Odds has that wrong. Kang versus Christian Quinones. I like Kang a bit as an underdog here. I know that he's yeah.
Asian power.
I knew you'd like that one. Kang, bit bigger, good jab, leg kicks on the feet. I think he has all the grappling upside here. Fought a better level of competition. I think if it's a striking fight, it's probably close, but I think if Kang grapples, he might blow him out. Quinones, I think a big thing people are missing here. Quinones was bigger than his opponent in his first UFC. Yep, against Taha, and he was bigger than him, but actually Kang's going to be bigger than him. My main concerns on the Kang side is like Kang's a little bit older and he's been a bit inactive. And other than that, it's really just will he look to grapple? Because I think if he looks to grapple here, like I'm not sold on Quinones grappling at all. I mean, Quinones got outstruck at distance on the contender series. He got outlanded distance on the contender series. I think he dropped a round there. He finished Taha. I mean, props to him. I thought Taha was going to win, but I don't know. I think Kang's definitely the side here. It's just a matter of like how much. Like I think you have to play him here, but it's just like how big do you want to go, considering he is a little bit on the older side and he might not grapple. But I think he's a must bet here, and judging by your reaction, I think you do as well.
Yeah, I should have put some money on his opener. I never tracked the opener, but he was like plus 150. I thought about it. I was like, why not put a couple G's here? I didn't do it, and now I regret it because it has moved. But yeah, I mean, I like Kang. He's a good fighter. He can hang everywhere. He's big for the division, and he's a good grappler. The guy is like notoriously retarded. He doesn't grapple for some reason, but because he's good, he ends up submitting people by accident, like he did Ishihara. You know what I mean? That he didn't want to submit him. That was an accident. Like when Valentina finished Lauren Murphy by accident. Do you remember that? Exactly the same. Valentina Shevchenko finished Lauren Murphy by accident. That's what Kang does in fights. I think you have to take him here. I bet Taha. I knew he was undersized against Quinones, but like Quinones fucking sucks. I don't know what people say in this guy. He has like a low kick and moves around a lot and then gets into 50-50 exchanges all the time, and that's it. And he's not a good grappler. So maybe someone trips and Kang ends on top by accident, and that's the fight, without even wanting to. Yeah, I think Kang is the side. He's older and all that, but I think he's the much better quality fighter, much more proven, has faced and defeated the better people. I have to take my boy Kang once again here, yeah, I think. And if he loses this, he can go home and go to, I don't know, Big Brother Korea or something.
Thanks, Andrew. Great name again. John and Andrew always holding it down with the donation.
It's always the same people donating.
The same people.
They are good people.
Good people.
This is paying for my lifestyle.
Yeah, they're paying for your bad habits.
Yeah, that's probably what happens in the fight.
Yeah. Jimmy Flick versus Alessandro Costa. I don't really know what to make of this fight. I liked Costa a bit going into the UFC. He had a tough first matchup with Albazi, who's a top 5 guy in the flyweight division. Flick, we kind of know what we're getting with him. He's sub or bust in every fight, and his wrestling's not that great. His striking's not that great. I think his gas tank is probably poor. Not probably poor. His gas tank seems poor at this point in his career. Yeah, so I think Costa should win, but I'm not dying to play minus 270 on him when Flick could always kind of YOLO a sub. But yeah, my pick's Costa. Nothing here from a betting perspective. I was kind of hoping the under would be like even money, and it's minus 250. So you got anything here?
Yeah, I think I really like Jimmy Flick. But I think my boy Jimmy is pretty fucked here. Like Costa's a good fighter. He's a good grappler enough to neutralize Jimmy. Like Jimmy is a guy, not Jimmy. Let's call him Flick. There's only one Jimmy. Flick is a guy that you know who he's going to beat. You know what I mean? And he's going to do it convincingly, maybe survive a couple scares, but then he's going to choke that motherfucker out. Against good fighters, my boy Jimmy Flick is pretty much fucked. Because he has a huge problem. I don't understand why people that cannot take a punch get into fighting. But there are like 5 of these in the UFC. 5 of these. People that cannot take a punch.
Phil Hawes,
You got Phil
James
Hawes, Jimmy Flick, Cody Garbrandt now.
Jason
People
Witt.
that Jason Witt. Jason Witt is probably my favorite. So yeah, Costa should be able to neutralize the grappling and find a shot, rock Flick and end this or something like that. Doesn't go should be like minus 1,000. I don't know why it is in the minus 260s or something like that. Like how do these two go 15 minutes? Costa just stares at him and defends takedowns. Flick gets finished by accident too. Yeah, Malcolm Gordon.
Marlon Moraes.
Bro, Moraes is insane. I cannot believe you bet on Moraes. Bro, a lot of people did bet on Moraes. I was like, this has to be like a community joke or something going on. But then I watched it tracked, and yeah, people were betting on Moraes.
It was a character building moment.
7 knockouts in a row. I think he has another one in him. Like it wasn't immediate. You know what I mean? Maybe he can fight someone really, really, really bad. Don't you think that would be like a great idea for PFL? Like get someone real bad against Moraes now? Someone that Moraes can dominate, but knowing if he gets touched once, he loses?
Like
that
someone who's like 2-2 as a pro.
That would be prime pay-per-view shit. I'm trying to think of a guy, but yeah, why not?
No, it has to be someone who we don't even know. It has to be some random like 2-2 regional guy.
What weight is the Biagio Ali Walsh guy?
Who?
Biagio Ali Walsh?
I think he's like 155. They could do that.
But it's I'm like worried because I'm like 80% sure that Moraes is going to go to bare knuckle and fight someone like Chad Mendes.
Oh my god, that's scary. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely have some. I'm not going to talk about them now, but thank you for the $2.
Yeah, Moraes versus Chris Moutinho. That's gonna be good fight, brother. Moutinho fucking ends him. like real bad. Moutinho walks through hell. And he just needs one.
He just needs one.
Bro, Moraes is so dumb. Like it was ridiculous. Like the way he rolls when he gets hit. Not even the getting rolled. Like he has been rolling the same way for 7 knockouts straight. He acts like he got shot by a sniper.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Next up, this is my most anticipated fight to talk with you. Manuel Torres taking on Nicolas Mata. Yeah. Rumors have it that you've been training Manuel Torres in North Spain. Can you confirm or deny that?
I cannot confirm nor deny. I may have taught him some really good tricks. You never know. Maybe he pulls guillotine in the first exchange. I think he's going to win this fight. Yeah, I told you about this. Probably people think we are joking. This guy randomly came to Spain to train at Joel Alvarez gym in the north of Spain. I think he was for like 1 month here. I have no idea why. I don't know if they were friends or anything. I don't think Joel Alvarez has gone to Mexico ever. Or maybe he did. I think he went to train to Mexico. But yeah, what is a random Mexican from the UFC doing coming by himself alone to the north of Spain? After winning 50k bonus. Exactly. Juice. That's my take. But I think he's going to win this fight. People are betting Mota. I don't really get why. Mota is horrible. He cannot grapple. He's as stiff as a fucking board. He gets hit. He's chinny. Yeah, he's got some power and he's explosive, but it's like Torres is basically Mota 2.0. You expect this fight to get really extended so Mota can take over or something like that? I don't know. Torres has lost to some bad people by submission late in the regionals, but it's like he basically finishes every fight in round 1. So I think this is a good fight for Torres. I think he's going to get another bonus because Mota reacts like he's getting shot to when he gets hit. So yeah, I think he's getting a bonus.
Yeah, so I do think that Torres might knock Mata out early, but I think if he doesn't, his gas tank's very suspect. I mean, that fight against Frank Camacho was like 3 minutes, and it already seemed like Torres was breathing heavy. He hits hard. He's pretty big, but he literally throws punches like this. Like he wings when he throws. He could be countered. Like Mata's a pretty good counter kickboxer. Yeah, I mean he's definitely liable to die early, but I don't get the line, and it's going up too. I think he closes in the 200s range, but yeah, I'm picking. I actually favor Mata outright, so I'm open to being wrong, but yeah, I think Mata's gonna knock him out late in the first, early in the second.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I mean, it's going to be a retarded exchange, and the bigger, longer, more powerful, and more durable guy is probably going to survive it.
But he's at a big card. Like he might, but he's at a big cardio disadvantage. I think. I thought he looked tired against.
Yeah, that's going to probably affect the celebration after.
Yeah, that's a lot of juice to be, for me at least. It's a lot of juice to be playing.
I think it's a good line.
Yeah,
I was looking at it before. Like Torres has gone only twice past 1 round, I think, in both loses. And
here's the thing though, is like when you start to go up in competition a little bit, like you're not finishing guys early, and like it's already more than 60% implied. So it's like,
look, he's finished everyone.
I get it, but he's fighting Joe Schmo and taxi cab drivers.
Bro, he killed Frank Camacho.
Like yeah, that's my point. That's exactly
like nothing, bro. Frank Camacho would put Mota in a body bag.
No, it's not. This one, I think we're in agreement in. Pat Sabatini versus Lucas Almeida. This is one of my most confident spots of the weekend. I'm all over Sabatini here. I think Almeida's grappling is not even in the same stratosphere as Sabatini. It's actually kind of crazy how many good grapplers Sabatini's fought, like Damon Jackson, Jamal Emmers. Even like on the regional scenes, he's fought some good grapplers, while like in Almeida's last fight, he fought Crisano, who didn't even shoot a takedown. Yeah, I mean, like I'm looking at Pat Sabatini's record right now. Like even Damon Blackshare, he fought on the regionals. Like Tony Gravely, he is a win over. Like Pat Sabatini is a very, very good grappler. I think he's going to get Almeida down here. Like Almeida was getting taken down a ton against I can't remember the guy's name, an Italian last name, on the regionals. The fight before he was on Contender Series, Zellhuber threw him on the ground a couple times. So yeah, I think Sabatini. I mean, God, it's MMA. Anything could happen. Like he could get knocked out in the first round, but I think once he drags, I think once he drags. I can't even get through my breakdown without you like throwing your mic around and stuff. I think Sabatini's gonna handedly win this fight.
It's been a long time since we did. It's a fight. A punch changes everything.
Anything could happen.
Yeah, I'm probably going to parlay Sabatini. I think he wins this fight handily. He has a gross grappling edge. I'm still deciding if I want to sweat money on Sabatini to finish, because I have taken a couple bad ones on that. And then the time I bet against him to get finished, Emmers basically knocks him out, and then
Can I just jump in real quick? I didn't skip anything. I'm going in best fight odds order. If best fight odds miss something, they miss something. But I didn't skip anything. Keep going.
Is that fight actually happening?
I think so.
I didn't tape that. But yeah, I don't care. My take on that fight, just in 20 seconds, is Salikov does what Salikov does. Low volume fight, and he wins, or decision or late stoppage. That'll be his bad. Salikov is old, but he's good. He's from Dagestan. Trustworthy people in fighting. He's the best of them, the one that doesn't grapple. Muslim Salikov, the one and only.
I think he has some takedown upside here, but he's old, and I don't want to play minus 200 at this point.
Bro, he's older than whiskey. He's like 40.
Yeah.
That's what he says. So he's probably like 43.
Keep going with your Sabatini breakdown.
Yeah, Sabatini should dominate, get takedowns, and yeah. I mean, he's not kind of chinny. He's chinny, and Almeida hits hard, but he should find his entries, dominate, and win a clear 30-25. not finishing the fucking fight. But yeah, I'll probably end up taking his props, and
I think he subs,
and then tweeting something like "fucking Pat Sabatini is retarded" or something like that. Bro, he has had fights that he should really have finished, and he didn't. I'm going to take out the chewing gum because it's really affecting the quality of my English. I feel much better pronunciation now.
Is that it? Or do you have anything to add?
What?
This is funny. I'm saying, was that like? Did you have anything else? Or are you ready to move on to the next one?
Yeah, I like Sabatini.
Armin Petrosian taking on Christian Duncan. I'm on Petrosian here. I mean, Duncan's first UFC fight was like kind of ridiculous. Dusko just blew out his knee like a minute into the fight. Can't really take anything from it outside of having a length advantage, maybe some athleticism. I don't really see the case for this price being correct. We've seen Armin Petrosian land over 100 distance strikes against guys like Gregory Rodriguez, AJ Dobson. So give me the guy at plus money who's reliable to put up a ton of volume. It could. Duncan could knock him out. I just don't think it happens at like the 60% implied clip. I feel like one of the numbers has to be wrong here. The under is plus 100 or whatever, and Duncan's minus 150. I think Duncan decision is pretty low outcome. Yeah, I think Petrosian's going to be out voluming him, putting up. Just more reliable to do stuff, for lack of better terminology. But yeah, I'm picking Petrosian here. Do you have anything?
I'm going to pass. I was thinking about this. It's like, how good is Duncan actually? I cannot really tell. I watched him in Cage Warriors and all that. I bet Todorovic, I think, last fight that happened, whatever. I don't remember if I ended up playing Todorovic, but yeah, I didn't play Duncan. It was an awkward fight. Duncan is talented athlete, talented striker. He's a good athlete for the division for such a big guy. But Petrosian should really outvolume him, outwork him here on the feet, and it's not like Duncan is going to grapple Petrosian, which has been his problem. So yeah, you never know. Anything can happen. It's a fight. Yeah, I'm going to pass. Like, my gut tells me Duncan is going to get it done, but I wouldn't be surprised if Petrosian just like fucking works him for a 30-27 or 29-28.
Yeah, I'm tending to lean that way, but we'll see what happens. As always, no absolutes in this game. Besides Armin Sarukian beating Joaquim Silva, fight should not even be happening. Armin minus 1,000, completely justified in my opinion. He's a top 5 guy in the division. Silva, not it. The under is juiced. Under 1.5 is juiced. It's unplayable fight in my opinion. Armin's gonna win this.
What do you mean unplayable? That's why no one will remember your name. I'm going to end up playing some sort of prop iteration here, fading some sort of finish or something like that. But yeah, I'm for sure playing some sort of Sarukian finish iteration. Maybe fading round 1. Probably tries to grapple Silva from the go. He's not stupid, very smart guy, Arman Sarukian. Silva punches hard.
I like the bold picks here in the chat.
Yeah, I like Sarukian by finish. Absolute fucking sins if Sarukian gets caught here. I mean, this fight shouldn't be happening. I saw a poll the other day from a journalist on Twitter, and it was like, who should Islam Makhachev face next? And it was A, Charles Oliveira, B, Conor McGregor or something like that, and C, the winner of Sarukian versus Joaquim Silva. And I was like, imagine Makhachev versus Joaquim Silva, bro. I don't know.
I like that. You know what? If Silva beats Armin, give him the shot. I think that's fair.
Give him the belt if he beats Armin. Sarukian, Makhachev should vacate.
Yeah.
This is the guy that comes here every day to insult me.
Who?
This is his first move. This hyena guy, I don't know, must be someone I blocked or something. I don't know who that is.
Main event, Jared Cannonier taking on Marvin Vettori. I'm picking Cannonier here. I think it's going to be a close fight, but I think Jared, better power. We've seen him win 5 round striking fights against good volume guys like Gastelum and Strickland. Vettori, his last performance was very big red flag for me. Even his last 2 performances weren't great. I know that Vettori's younger, but Cannonier's, I mean, he beat Strickland in a 5-rounder 6 months ago, so I doubt he's aged significantly since then. But I do think it's going to be a close fight. I don't think either guy's going to have much grappling success, primarily a striking fight. I like Cannonier's power better. I think he's a little bit better. Just I'd make him a slight favorite here. What about you?
I like Cannonier here too. And like I bet Vettori against Dolitze.
Same.
But I'm not very proud of that bet. I
was
thought he
close.
won kind of clearly the last 2 rounds, but he lost
Mhm.
round 1. A judge gave Vettori round 1, which is criminal in my opinion. He won the last 2 in my opinion, but the second one was like close. I think he looked horrible, and it's the first time. Chin looked fucked. That's the first time I've seen Marvin like actually hurt from punches. He was actually hurt in that fight a couple times. Vettori should have some sort of cardio upside, but I think his grappling upside against Cannonier is basically non-existent. It's going to be on the feet. Cannonier has a jab, has more power with 1-2. He's a big hitter, and he has the leg kicks. I know it's 5 rounds, but I have to favor Cannonier here. And money is coming in on Vettori, and I don't really understand it. Unless someone knows something. But I don't know it. So it's probably nothing. So yeah, that's going to be the card. And we may get like some late replacement. Tumagulov is fighting this guy that I don't know or don't remember watching.
Next week.
It's next week.
Mhm.
Yeah, and Barcelos was going to kill this fucking fraud. I'm so upset. But I think he's not going to fight now.
Yeah, I addressed this. I mean, Cannonier's 39, but I mean 6 months ago he beat Sean in a 5-round fight. Like, so
yeah, and he kind of won all right. You know what I mean? Watching live, I was like, oh, this is split either way, but I kind of feel Cannonier deserved the decision.
Me too. I think Cannonier wins a decision, a KO, or a submission.
I don't know. He's a really big hitter, and Vettori was bothered by Dolitze's right hand. But yeah, I don't know. Marvin is like super stupid too. You never know. He may force a brawl or something.
Any questions? Leave them in the chat. I just read that John Jones is in Atlanta to corner his teammate Maurice Green at PFL tomorrow.
Maurice Green, the Hennessy Prince, has been talking a big game lately. He's talking about fighting Ngannou. Yeah, good try, Matt 814. Extra points for trying.
I saw some of it. Crazy. Jordan Burroughs lost. Your boy.
Who?
Jordan Burroughs.
Jordan Burrow.
He lost 2 out of 3 to Chance Marsteller. So
I had no idea this was even going on. He has been wrestling. I'm not a wrestling hardcore anymore, apparently.
I thought he was going to retire. He was like starting to take his shoes off, and his coaches talked him out of it.
I mean, I think he has been on the decline for some time now.
For sure.
Like there was a point where he was like fucking good, and there was a point where, like Makhachev said, he just pushed people out. You know, because there's no wall, so he can push people out. That's the truth. He really doesn't get into shots deep anymore since like for some years now. He has real issues. He just pushes people out. I mean, Makhachev may get him on a bad day and just fucking ragdoll him.
I think the way they do it now is fine, honestly.
Like for UFC?
Yeah.
All the people that say these things that, like, I mean, first of all, if someone like Kron Gracie has an idea and you have the same idea, you should be concerned because the guy is absolutely retarded and can barely speak or write. And this guy is like, oh, I only know jiu-jitsu. I would like to have unlimited time amount rounds or 15 minutes straight. Yeah, because it favors him. He just needs a chance or be on top or be on bottom. He doesn't care, but that's ridiculous. The fights would be much worse if it was all together. I wouldn't mind it, like have it apart. This is the no rounds division or whatever, or the no rounds league, fight to the death. But people will get like gassed in 7-8 minutes.
Agreed. Vito is good, man. I always get like a little upset when people just ask you a question. Like, you don't want to hear what I have to say too.
Money, championships, maybe Finland president. You never know. He's going to fight again. He's training. He has a fight. I'm thinking PFL. Please let it be Marlon Moraes. Could you imagine Amir Khan knocking out Marlon Moraes on the feet with his hands, like boxing him up? With that check hook, he only has one punch on the feet. He has like this jab and his check hook. That's all he throws. That's more than enough to destroy Moraes.
I think so. I think more than this, it's the no elbows is harder to catch.
I don't like the no elbows, but I think it's better for betting. At least for me, because I bet out of props and people go out like rabid dogs to get the points. Yeah, I think Romero is going to take a fucking beating tomorrow. But
I'm like, what is Davi's weakness?
Alcohol.
Thanks, Jorge. I appreciate it. Yeah, this is gonna be a big one for me. It's Errol Spence all day. You know that if you've been following me for a while, you know that's my guy.
It's too funny to me that when you speak about boxing, I just cannot help it. Like you really, I mean, you're probably convincing people that you know about boxing.
I do. Do you agree? Crazy. Don't you think Spence is going to win this fight?
This guy is shameless, absolutely shameless, Andrew.
I've been saying this for.
Okay, what happened the other day, Andrew? Tell the people. Talking about Taylor versus Teofimo, what happened?
I knew we made a bad bet, and I could tell right away. And I just have to be better. I don't know what to say.
No, I mean when I say we have to bet Josh Taylor here, and you are like, is he black? The Tartan Tornado, the black demon from Scotland.
No, that did happen. But yeah, Josh Taylor didn't show up.
He looked real bad. That was he looked good for like 3 rounds.
My favorite takedown and takedown entry. I always tried to do like a 2-on-1 or a Russian tie, they call it, and go from there. Maybe like a slide by, Russian tie, slide by.
Oh, you were real slick.
Real slick. I was like, good. You know, I'm gonna go with the guy who's minus 600 here. Bold prediction. I think
Nenkov is a smart guy. I tweeted it. I put a parlay for like 3,000 with Nenkov. Minus 400. I'm not going to track that. I knew the line. The line was gone already. I got it at a Spanish book that is stupid. Minus 400. I mean, Nenkov should be minus 1,000. He has all the tools to never be in danger here. I have a wedding. And the card, this fucking card happens to be at Spanish afternoon time, which is ridiculous. Like, this is never like this. And the wedding ends at like 1 a.m. So that's the fucking weekend the UFC picks to have an early card with Topuria headlining. But no problem. I got this thing called the smartphone. I'm going to go out with a cigar and pretend I got lost or something and watch the main event. I was thinking about that one too. Anderson versus Davis.
It's a good fight.
I think probably Anderson wins about 11 minutes clean before getting knocked out by a high kick. Probably. Bro, Davis by knockout is like plus 800. It's tempting me, Andrew.
Yeah, I believe you.
Davis is super durable. And he's not going to get out-wrestled by Corey Anderson, I think. Yeah, it's going to be a good old banger on the feet. The Phil Davis special.
The Phil Davis special. Can Topuria take Emmett down? I don't know.
But Topuria can take down a horse. This guy, Topuria, was... Like last week, he was 181, 182, and he was already cutting. I don't think people realize how big this guy has got. He's huge. He's going to go to lightweight and be all right.
Arman Sarukian is my lock of the card. Here's Bobby Nash season.
I have a bad feeling that Josh Emmett is not going to show up.
Why? Josh Emmett's got that dog in him. He's showing up.
Dogemet. Josh Emmett, not Dogemet. I didn't do that on purpose. Josh Emmett and I were never friends. After I bet him to beat the biggest fraud on the game, and he lost. After letting the fraud kick him at range for like 7 minutes and then deciding to do something. If I bring back the picture, I think I lose the blue tick. So I cannot do it. But Elon has me shadow banned. This is criminal. Free magic.
I was the first one to tell you, remember? I was like,
Everybody's telling me now. It's like, give us a real pick, bro. We have broken down all the fucking card.
I gave you every pick on the entire
Who is this?
card.
That's a poor's name, Jorge
And
Rivas.
that was the joke. The joke was I gave you.
Andrew hasn't watched The Lord of the Rings. He's not a trustworthy person. He hasn't watched The Lord of the Rings, Gladiator, any movies really.
Bro, you're telling us to relax. Like, it's a live chat. Like, go back and watch the thing if you missed it. Like, we're trying to have interactive conversation with people.
Son, do you have any idea what you got into? This is not your usual podcast. Not ranked.
I would say somewhere between 10 and 15.
He's not all that.
No, he doesn't. He uses his own picks. But he definitely like takes my opinion into account for sure.
He's a nice guy, Yanni, don't you think? I mean, 100%. The people. I know Andrew thinks he's a nice guy. I didn't know. I don't know him personally, but I watched a couple of Andrew's episodes with Yanni, and he's a nice guy. I'm starting to think we were a little bit too mean with him on Contenders. He's a nice guy.
I'm not a nerd, so yeah, I'm never watching that.
Bro, it's absolutely insane. I mean, Gladiator is worse, but yeah, it's absolutely insane. Are you going to go watch Topuria?
I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe. We'll see. It's like a 4-hour
job. What if I go? I do a no-show on the wedding. I just get on a plane and go to Jacksonville.
Then I would go, yeah.
I will go with my suit and everything. I already have it, so.
I don't know. I think Jack definitely takes my opinion into account as well, but he does his own thing too. Mark Curry once told my high school wrestling team.
I don't think Pitbull beats Sodiq Yusuf.
No, I never.
I think the first to land wins the fight, honestly. Both are chinny as fuck.
No comment. Not sure. I've done plenty of other things.
I've heard a lot of stories about young Andrew Gombas.
No, you've not.
In the mean streets of New York.
Are you ready for 3 cards this weekend? UFC, Bellator, and PFL?
Yeah, I'm only watching tomorrow. I cannot watch UFC either because I have to go to a birthday and pretend I like people for some hours. It's going to be horrible. I have one of my best friends is turning 30. He's fucking old, and I have to go out. So yeah, whatever. But this card I don't really care. I mean, I would like to watch it, but the next one is a good card, and it's Topuria, so that sucks. We will probably end up watching it on the phones or something. Like a lot of my friends are betting what I tell them now. So.
1, 2,
0.
0.
Yeah.
It's true.
That's true.
Who's OAM fighting?
Someone bad.
Not this week, I don't think.
No, he's not fighting tomorrow.
No. Yeah, next week.
Who's he fighting?
About this early? I don't know. I think it still happens, honestly.
Conor is going to fight whenever he wants. People don't realize how much of bullshit USADA is. Like, USADA needs the money UFC is paying it.
Mm-hmm.
It's paying to them. It's a lot of money. They are going to go like, yeah, we did a special exemption and he passed 2 tests and he's going to fight on everything. And the poor, so all these people on Twitter are going to be, oh no, Conor McGregor can't do that. Oh. The sport is rigged. Oh, he's the worst. He can do whatever he wants. He's the face of MMA. Money talks everywhere. Fighting, business, life. That's the truth. He's going to do whatever he wants.
Maurice Green's always undervalued, man.
Maurice Green is horrible, man. The crochet boss. He got this guy with no cardio last time he fucking won. People started pretending like he's good. He's probably back on the Hennessy. He got a winning check. That pays for a lot of Henny.
Sure does.
Yeah, I hope I win this weekend, Andrew. I'm on a really bad run in the MMA.
Well,
It's starting to get absurd.
I said that'd be nice to win some money this weekend for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I have to. I don't have Jimmy and the boys to support my bankroll anymore.
Now your back's against the wall.
I have to survive, like trying to not go bankrupt in MMA until the NFL comes back. Crochet is. Do you know what crochet is?
Like the game, like where you.
No, bro, that's cricket.
No.
Yeah, crochet is what grandmas do, and they are like with the needle and making hats and everything. That's why his nickname is the Crochet Boss. You don't know this? I cannot believe you don't know this. Do you? Why do you think his nickname is the Crochet Boss? Because he does all these things. He's probably drunk as fuck, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to make a hat." It's true. I've seen him do it a lot of times.
Yeah, croquet. That's what I was thinking of. The sport. I knew. I was like,
what the fuck is croquet?
It's like a sport.
What sport? What's that?
I don't know how to play.
Crochet.
You've seen it before, probably. I'm trying to Google it to see how to describe it. With like, it's kind of like golf, but you have like these big wooden things that you hit it with. Google it.
Yeah, that's cricket.
No, cricket's where you have the wooden stick.
Oh, I see it now, crochet. Yeah, this looks like a gay sport.
No, it's cool.
You play this?
No, I never played. I would though.
This is not a sport.
Great lawns.
If you are playing something and you can play the same thing again the following day, no problem. That's not a sport.
What?
You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
Now people tell everything is a sport. Like chess is a sport. I don't know. When kids go to this competition and they tell a word and they are like A, B, C, whatever letters, oh, that's a sport. That's not a sport. If you are competing at something and you can do it the same day, that's not a sport. That's a game.
But what you could do that about all kinds. You could do that with anything, really.
Boxing, no, you can't.
The only sports you can't do that with are boxing and MMA.
You cannot play a full soccer game and do it again the same day at the elite level.
You couldn't do it as well, but you could do it.
I mean, do it well. No, yeah, of course I can. I can walk around. Wrestling. You said wrestling.
Yeah.
You can do it the same the next day.
Yeah.
Fake sport.
The NCAA tournaments.
Yeah, there you have it. That's the rule.
I mean, baseball, hockey, basketball, they all do it.
To be honest, the only real sports are combat sports. The rest are games. Okay. Except the NFL, but that's a combat sport too.
Is fishing a sport? I would say no. Baseball.
That's a hobby. What do you mean a sport? That's a hobby.
Running.
Of course, it's a sport.
I'm on the fence about that one.
You have never run, you fat ass. You are like this bulky Italian wrestler. You have never run in your life. Did you do a lot of track for wrestling? Like a lot of road work?
What's that?
Did you run a lot to train for wrestling? Like a lot of road work?
Yeah.
You were running around like Mayweather at night?
Dude, I sucked at running for so long. I didn't get I was always like last in like our team runs.
Bro, I would imagine you suck at running. Like no disrespect, but your build is not for running.
Yeah, it's not. But it was weird because I always had really good cardio. Like for wrestling, I always had like never gassed out or anything.
No quit.
No quit.
The Italian pain train that has an endless gas tank in the mats.
Dogging me.
Do you know
Yeah,
what
no, you guys are right. People are getting mad about that. Running's a sport. I'll take it.
I was good at
Bro,
swimming
my
when
hair
I.
is my hair is fire, bro. What the frig are
Yeah,
you
that's
talking
that.
about?
That's the best it has been in a while. Did you get a transplant?
No, it's a sharp cut.
You have all sort of weird cuts on the states. Like haircuts are a big thing, right? I keep saying people telling they cut their hair like weekly.
Me like once a month.
I cut
I
my
don't
hair
know if
like
that-
once every 3 months or something, and I don't even go to the hair cutter or whatever that's called. What's the name of the guy cutting the hair?
The barber.
Yeah, that's about it. I'm stupid.
What do you call it in Spanish?
The guy that cuts the hair, peluquero.
Say it again.
Peluquero. Bro, hair is pelo in Spanish, and the guy that
Yeah, I
cuts the
knew
hair,
that.
peluquero. And the
I knew
place you
that.
go, peluqueria. But that's a dying business. It's all like African people doing it.
You tell me the answer to that question. I'm Italian and I have a big gold chain with a cross on it. You let me know your thoughts there.
That's the only reason he has not changed his business name to Andrew the Turk.
All right, this is going off the rails. Any last words for the people?
Yeah, I didn't even know we are in the Nations League final. I didn't even watch the game. Apparently, we made the finals. The Spanish boys up. I think that's going to be a draw. And after saying it here, I probably have to bet it now. Draw. I don't know the odds. I am anticipating plus 280, plus 250. I think we have to play that. Croatia versus Spain, draw.
That's all you had to say.
Yeah, I really hope we have a good weekend. I think this one's good for betting. And yeah, Bellator, I will probably have something, maybe some sort of Nenkov props too. Oh no, that's an awkward fight. I just feel like Romero's going to stand in the middle of that and don't do anything.
He hasn't thrown a punch in years.
And Nenkov is going to be like bouncing around, changing guards and throwing sticks and leg kicks. It's going to be funny. But yeah,
All right.
whatever. Catch you next week for one of the best podcasts of the year incoming.
That's right. Peace, guys.